Hey, what's up, everybody? This is GeekyAviseq once again here in Dallas, Texas, and today I'm bringing you an unboxing and quick review of the Garmin Fenix 5 watches. Yes, if you follow my channel, you would see that I have been reviewing so many of the smartwatches and basically looking for the perfect one that would suit me. Ever since I sold my Galaxy S3 Frontier, I have been in this constant search for a smartwatch which can take dethrone my S3 Frontier, which I had ordered daily for ever since it was launched for 2 years before I finally got rid of it. So I mean, I like all the fossil watches. I did had the Skagen 2, like Skagen Fossil 2 review last year. Also did the Fossils Generation 4 Sport review. And while those watches were really good looking, hands down one of the best looking smartwatches, very comfortable to wear, they were very sluggish and had terrible battery life to a point where I couldn't actually recommend them at all. And then I ended up getting this is the generation 5 fossil watch. I just had it for a few days and so far it's amazing. And it did come with the metal band. I just switched it into an extra pair of fossil band that I had, and it fits perfectly. Battery life is really good, and with the 1 GB of RAM, it is very fast. There's no lags or anything. Okay, without going into all the other details of every other watches, this was what was missing, one of the Garmin watches on my channel. So I ended up getting the best of the best, which is their Fenix line. And as you can see here, this is the Fenix 5, and this is the 47mm version, and it is the Sapphire Edition, black with the black band. Um, you can actually get this with a non-Sapphire Edition. It is a little bit less expensive, and you can also choose the different kinds of band colors and band materials. So this watch also does come with metal band if you want, but I thought instead of the band I would rather get the upgrade in the watch face, which is the sapphire crystal. So basically it would be scratch proof, or even if it gets scratched, it's very easy to buff it out. So let's see what it says. It says it's a premium GPS training watch with multi-sport features, and then I think it's in Montre. I think it's in French. And then battery life, 2 weeks in watch mode, 24 hours in GPS mode. 47mm, weighs only 87 grams. It's a wrist-based heart rate, smart notifications, advanced performance metrics. Built-in features include all these multi-sport, and then customize your icon with the Garmin IQ app. So this watch is a couple of years old, but when this watch came in, any of the watches on the Fenix line, if you see, they cost around $600 to $700, which is, I think, is outrageous. Yes, these are good watches. They do have a titanium version, they do have sapphire crystal and all that, but $700, $900 for a watch, I think it's a little bit too much for anyone. Even if you have a shitload of money, I think wearing $1,000 watch, which is basically a smartwatch, and then you have to charge it once in a while and all that, just doesn't make sense. But now, since this watch is about 3 years older, I know there's a Fenix 6 which is terribly expensive. This was available at a very good reasonable price, so that's why I was thinking, okay, instead of the VivoActive series and all that, why not get the best of the best. The Fenix are the ones which from Garmin, which has got consistently good reviews. They are not perfect, they are expensive, but they are still the best out in the Garmin arsenal. So that's why I went ahead and just got it. So it says, let's see what it says in the box. Since this is the unboxing, I really want to go ahead and show you the box from all different sides. Lots of stuff written over there. Let's go ahead and break the seal and see what's in there, because I can't wait anymore. Ta-da-da! Ooh, look at that guy. Garmin Connect app. Let's see what's in there. Ooh. Cheap styrofoam though. For such an expensive watch. I hoped a little bit of a better presentation. Whoa, wow, the watch really feels good though in hand. As you can see, the band kind of reminds me of the Galaxy S3 Frontier. The texture kind of looks very similar to that, and the buckle and everything. feels very nice. uh, let's see, it says Fenix 5 sapphire crystal stainless steel fiber reinforced polymer Taiwan, and then the serial number. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's three buttons on this side, a couple of buttons on this the other side. I don't know what that is because I had no idea what Garmin watches. This is the first time ever. Wow, it turned it on too. Ooh, man. Wow. Says English and all that. Let's see what else is in the box before we will come back and look at it. Nothing else. Okay, what's that? Oh, big. Looks like there's some. Yeah, there's a big fat manuals. What all you need to do. Probably I need to read them because this is my first Garmin watch, or maybe I'll just go on YouTube and watch some videos. Oh, there's another extra pair of bands. Oh, I'm totally digging it. Phew, fluorescent yellow. Wow. Wow, look at that band, man. Wow, this is amazing. I mean, yeah, that is what it's called a sports watch should look like. Proprietary, Garmin proprietary charging cable. Probably I'm gonna need to use that soon. But whoa, overall, so far, other than the cheap styrofoam for $600-700 watch, everything else seems to be pretty good so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. I'm gonna just show you the watch one more time with a close-up look. Look how it looks. uh, Feels pretty darn good in the hand. It's not super heavy. For 47 millimeters, it's probably quite big, but I'm not feeling it's like super heavy. It still feels very light and comfortable. Okay, that's all, guys. I mean, for this part of the video, let me go ahead and install the Garmin Connect app and configure it, and then I'll shoot the rest of the video and show you, tell you what I feel about the watch. Till then, wait. Hey guys, so I did set up the watch and then used it for a little over a month before shooting this part of the video because I wanted to give you an in-depth review of the different things on this watch. And this watch has so many different things. It actually took me that much time to go through every aspect of the watch and then compare it with the other offerings that I have been using, like the Samsung Galaxy Active 2, the Fossil Gen 5, and then the Apple Watch Series 5. And I wanted to really test this watch versus all the other watches that I had, and then give you like more detail about how this watch fares compared to those ones. Now let me first show you how the operation of the watch works. So this doesn't have any touch screen. This have a sapphire crystal, and yes, I do have a screen protector. That's just me. I don't, even though the sapphire is completely scratch resistant, I just wanted to protect it anyway. The screen protector cost only $1, so why not? So you see there are 5 buttons. There's 3 buttons on the left, and there's 2 buttons on the right. What these buttons do, they do have them etched on the watch bezel, but it's kind of hard to read because of the color. And so basically what this says is this says back or lap, and then this says down, this says up menu, and the top one says light. So let me just show you. So first thing, if you press the one on the bottom, it takes you to the list of notifications. And to select a notification, what you have to do is have to use this button up on the top corner. If you press that, then it gives you the notification, and then you scroll using these two up and down buttons between the notifications. Then if you press this back button, it takes you back, and then press again, you see your home screen. This one is the menu button. So if you do a quick press, the things that now the watch shows is basically what they refer to as widgets. So this is the altimeter parameter widget. If I do hold on a sec. Yeah, so if I press it one more time, then what happens is I can cycle through the different widgets that I have. So as you can see, my stress level, my steps, the weather information, my heart rate for the last 4 hours, coming back to the notification again. So you can scroll through the different widgets just by clicking on the center button. It's like a quick press. It also has a long press mode. So if you press and hold, this is basically what the watch settings are. So it lets you change your watch face, lets you change your clock display, your history, and remaining settings. Let's go and see what's on the settings. Select it. It gives you activities and apps. So basically the kind of activities that I have set up. So it lets me configure the settings for those apps. Then this is what I was talking about, what the widgets are showing. Then this also lets me customize the controls, basically what the buttons would do when I press them. Then it lets me select my watch faces. So if I go here, it will let me cycle through the different watch faces that are already there. So there's few built-in ones, and there's tons of them available on the Garmin Connect IQ app. I'll come to that in the later part of the video. So let's keep this one, and you can add more too. And then you scroll back, and then you can select sensors and accessories. Basically, tells you if you it also supports a heart rate for your chest strap, so you can also connect that if you need to. And then these also are settings for your other sensors. And go back, then you have an option for map and your phone, your Wi-Fi, your physiological metrics and user profile, your group track, activity tracking, navigation system, and then about. So ton of options. You can, if you get this watch, you can go ahead and explore all of that. If I go into the details, then this video is going to turn out to be a movie. So I'm just gonna doing a quick overview. So this button is for your backlit. So the display on this watch is a trans reflective display. So what it does is the brighter these light gets, outside lighting condition gets, the easier it is to read the watch face. So if you are on a outside on a bright sunny day, it will be very easy to read the screen. But right now I'm indoors, so it's kind of hard to read the screen, but it's readable. But Garmin also has a backlit option, so if you are in complete dark, you should still be able to, because the backlit turns on. So this is how it looks when the backlit is turned on. So you can, every time you get a notification, it will turn on by default, or you can press this button to turn it on. If you press and hold if you press this button, it takes you to the different activities or sport that you want to start tracking on. Press the back, you go back. Press and hold this. Okay, it doesn't do anything on the long press. You press the middle one, the bottom button, it takes you to your notifications, and you can then access the different notifications and press back and go back. So that's how the layout of the watch, like the buttons, work all together. Now let's go ahead and take a look at how the app looks. So the Garmin has two apps. One is the Garmin Connect app. This is the app which basically companion app for the watch that lets you sync the data of the activity captured by the watch to your Garmin account. So right now the watch is syncing, and since I don't have the watch on my wrist, it's showing the heart rate as 0. Let me just go ahead and put the watch on my wrist so that we get a reading from the watch. So the first thing that you would notice is my profile, and then it gives you a brief summary of all the activities that I have been doing, and then also stats, and then my information. If you go back, this is kind of a at a glance kind of a dashboard. Gives the heart rate, stress, my intensity, minutes, steps, calories, and the last 7 days stats. This is editable, so you can come here, move up, like move these different widgets, also select what shows up there. Once you click on anything, now this gives me for a day, so this is like a day view. If you go back, you can also click on this menu, which shows you a 7-day comparisons. Then you have a 4-week, and then the whole year. uh, Say same way for the steps also. If you click on there, it will give you the day view. If you go back down and if you click on this histogram, then it gives you your 7-day, 4-week, and a year long one. Then the next tab I want to show is your challenges. So what it does is lets you create challenges. So if you have other friends who are also on Garmin Connect, you can set up a challenge and you guys can compete each other, and it will give you real-time notifications of the progress of each of the members who join the challenge. The next up is calendar. So basically what calendar does is it's called a fitness calendar. So these are the things that shows up on the calendar: your steps, activities, IQ, even sleep, heart rate. And if you go ahead and select a specific day, this will give you the list. So I had about 9,000 steps. I walked for about 2 miles. I did about swimming for 15 minutes. I slept for 6 hours, and my average heart rate and my overall stress levels and everything. And then this also shows that if I tap on click, it shows all the detailed levels of my heart rate. Pretty cool, right? Isn't it? Yeah. So if you go back in there, this is so much easier to see each and everything from my daily. The next up is newsfeed. So that's basically a list of activities and steps. So if I have other friends who are on Garmin Connect, or if I'm a part of a challenge, so all the things, the progress is actually shows up here as an activity feed. Then we have notifications. So these are notifications from the Garmin Connect app, basically announcements from the app, what's going on. If I want to do something, connect my Garmin Connect calendar to my office calendar or things like that. Then the next big up is this hamburger menu on the top. So this has everything that you would probably need. So in the activities, these are the activities that I have currently configured on my watch as shortcuts. You can change these. You can also create a manual entry. Then there's a dedicated section for golf, and then you have your health stats. So basically your sleep, weight, calories in, out. So different kind of things that you want to show in the watch as well as track. You can configure everything on there. Then you have your performance stats, which gives you the VO2 max, which is basically a Garmin proprietary thing. Your oxygen utilization during workouts, you can also track that, and it can help you train. So also have training status. So this watch, if when you work out or do any of the multi-sport activity, it has built-in functionality where it will analyze your workout and then tell you what would be the best time for you to do the next workout. Basically calculates your recovery period. And then you have stuff for your training. Then also has insights. I haven't enabled this, but this does give you, if you want those analysis on your fitness, you can enable that. And then you have connections, which is basically your friends. You can also create groups. Contacts, also basically all contacts. And then there's this cool feature called live track. So if you are someone who go out early in the morning or late at night for running or walking, or if it's your spouse or your kids or anyone from your family member that you want to keep track of and make sure they're safe, they can turn live track on. Once you do that, what happens is you need to still have your phone with you when the person is going for a walk or a run or any other activity. This will give them, your whoever is on the email or contact list, they will be able to see your real-time location and the stats of your activity. So they would actually see you if you're running. They would basically be able to see you running on a live map. So this is very helpful for the ensuring the safety of your family members when they are working out by themselves. Uh, so the next step is download golf courses and Garmin golf settings, and then the shortcut for your Garmin Connect IQ store. That's the next step that we're going to look at. Then you have the option for Garmin devices. So that gives the list of device that we are looking at. So I have these Garmin Fenix 5. The first thing that comes up is text responses. So this watch doesn't have a touchscreen, but you can respond to text and you can decline a call. And these basically provides the templates that you can use, select while declining a call or responding back to a message. So you can move these up and down, remove or create new ones, and they're available both for text as well as incoming calls. Next up is activity apps and more. So these are the same things. It's basically the list of applications that I um, have installed on the watch, as well as the different kinds of activities that I want the watch to show up. So I mean, I want walk strength. So this is the same order in which these activities show up when I press the start tracking activity. So this is customizable, and you can add more. You can remove the ones that you don't need, and then you can even get more from the Garmin Connect IQ store. Data fields is again similar. If I have a customized watch face, I can select what kind of data I want, and I can create a custom data field for those and add it to the watch face. Now in appearance, it again shows the different watch faces that I have. So I have two watch faces that are from the Garmin Connect IQ store, so that's why it's showing as installed. And obviously I went ahead and cycled you through the default ones that are already on the store, on the watch. And then these are widgets. So basically it lets you this is the same order in which I showed the different widgets on the watch. So you can change the settings of those, like the widgets that you want to see. You can change the ordering exactly. It's like similar to the rest ones. Then comes sounds and alerts. So this basically gives you the options to set different kinds of alert settings. So if you can turn on the keytones and vibrations on, so each time you press the button, you will hear a ketone as well as the watch will vibrate. You can also set alarms from here. The watch will start vibrating and it will present a tone when that time reaches that alarm time. And then you have alert tones. You can set them only during an activity, or you can turn them completely off and on. And you can turn the vibration on or off with the alarm. Then phone activity, you can choose. If you don't want to get disturbed while you're working out or you're in the activity, you can choose whether you should get notifications on the phone or not, and then how you want the notification. Should be a vibration alert. That's all. What kind of notifications? Everything is configurable here. Then you have a alert for abnormal heart rate. So what I did was I put a threshold of 100 beats per minute. So if anytime my heart rate crosses that, I get a notification from the watch or an alert from the watch telling me that I've reached that abnormal. Then also have a setting for do not disturb during sleep. This is very important, and I think this is very much needed, because if your watch keeps vibrating and um, keeps setting off each time when your phone receives a notification, it's very hard to sleep. If you and especially if you're a light sleeper, this can get pretty annoying, because if you're wearing the watch while you are sleeping so that you can track your heart rate and sleep while you are sleeping, and then if keep getting notifications. So they, thanks to Garmin, but they have put it over there, and it's a very important useful option. Now then there's options for activity. So if you're on an activity, you can turn on voice prompts. So you get alerts for your lap time and lap numbers. You also get alerts for your pace or speed, also heart rate alerts, and you can set
Lap
the
3.
volume.
4:58. Current speed. 5.7. Heart rate. 80.
And then what you have is activity tracking. So basically I've enabled activity tracking. That means my watch is tracking my activity. You can also turn them off. And then you have something called move alert and move IQ. So what basically does is, if you're sitting idle for a period of time, the watch automatically alerts you and asks you that, hey, you need to be more active. You can also set your goals from here: step goals, intensity minute goals, and your number of floors climbed. You can also customize your stride length. What it does is it will make your step count more accurate if you have a proper stride length entered there. Now, now there's user settings. That's basically my normal information from my and or your user information when you set up your Garmin Connect profile. And then on the general, it gives you stuff like Wi-Fi network, networks the watch can connect to. You can set the apps on the watch to auto update, and then you can set your activities to automatically upload to Garmin Connect every time the watch syncs. And then you have the time format, and what is the first day of the week, language, and the metric that you want to use for your distance and everything else. And then you have some general stuff like help info and find my device. I think that's pretty much it on this device. Let's take a look at the second app, which is the Garmin Connect IQ app. Next up is the Garmin Connect IQ app. Let's take a look at it. So this is similar to the Play Store or an App Store for Garmin. This is the homepage. The homepage gives you a listing of trending apps that if you're new, then you can see what people are using and what the you can also check out their ratings, and then you can try them if you want to, and then gives you a list of navigation apps and widgets that are available, digital watch faces that are related to performance metrics, analog watch faces that are related to training metrics. Then you have some fun watch faces, and it goes on like weather related, active lifestyle related applications, tools, workout estimates, and it goes a lot many options. Like as you scroll through, you can see. Now you can also go ahead and search. You can choose whether you want to search everything on the marketplace or you want to see specific watch faces or apps or widgets. So this would just make it when you search for something, it will limit your searches for that particular within that particular category. Then you have the option for faces. What it does, it lets you create your own customized watch face. You can choose the background, you can choose the data fields that you want, and you can make a whole different kinds of watch faces. Then my device, so this is kind of a statistic, so basically gives you a summary that I have a Garmin Fenix 5 which is connected via the Wi-Fi. I have about 3 applications installed and I can install 29 more. I have about 1.72 megabytes of storage space available. So this is one thing I want to mention here. This watch doesn't have any inbuilt storage, so you won't be able to carry music with you while you are working and to listen to them while you are working out. This watch also doesn't have any kind of NFC or other kind of payment method, so you won't be able to add your credit card information and be able to make a payment using the watch. um, Now let's come back here. Let's see. So I have list the watch faces here. These two watch faces are the ones that I downloaded from the Garmin Connect IQ app store, and then I also have the default ones which are already on the store. They don't show up here, so these are the ones which show up for the items that you download from the Garmin Connect IQ store. And then in terms of apps, I have the Maps apps installed. Then data fields, I haven't really created any data fields. And then widgets, I have two widgets on there. I mean, since I reset, the watch is showing up as not installed, but I did have them. So I had the weather widget app as well as the battery information widget. This gives you a better statistics about when your battery is going to run out. Then you can update, if updates are available, it will show up there. Since I have turned auto update, all my apps, widgets and watch faces get updated as and when the updates are available. Then if I go back to my device, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to show you on the Garmin Connect IQ app. Let's talk about the watch now. Hey guys, now that we have seen how the watch buttons function and the different things that you can do on the watch, we have looked at the apps. Let's talk about the battery life. So I've been using this watch for tracking an outdoor activity for a little over an hour daily, and in spite of doing that, I got about 14 days of battery life. So I never got anything less than 10 days. So the battery life is solid at 10 to 14 days. In terms of charging, it uses the Garmin standard 4-pin connector. Unfortunately, the charging cable that ships with this watch is only about 6 inches long, and it's not a docking style. You still need to plug in, and you have to keep the watch like this instead of laying it down. I wish for such an expensive watch, Garmin would have provided a dock style connector with a longer cable. Yeah, I understand that you don't really need to charge this watch as much, but definitely a longer wear with the dock style would have helped. But you can also go on Amazon and find a third party dock style connector with a longer cable for I think less than $10. If you need straps, you can also find third-party straps on Amazon for as little as $7-8. Uh, these straps are quick release, but they are Garmin proprietary, so it's very easy to remove them because it kind of has this kind of push down on the spring and then it comes off, and then when you attach them, you just bring them close here and then push and it clicks into place. if you were to buy these straps from Garmin, they're expensive at $50 and definitely good quality, but I would still call them a little bit more expensive at $50. Now, let's talk about pricing. This watch came out about 3 years back, and the regular version was priced at around $700. And the Sapphire version, the one that I have here, was priced around $800. Very expensive. Right now, you can buy this Sapphire version for about $400, still expensive. Uh, but after using this watch for a month, I want to talk about that pricing thing. So this is not really a smartwatch, but this is more like an activity tracker, where it's not just like a regular activity tracker. I mean, uh, this is unique when it comes to every other activity tracker from the competitor, as well as within the Garmin series of products. I mean, you wouldn't find any other activity tracker that is built like this. I mean, in terms of its construction, this watch can take a beating and still survive. And the amount of multi-sport activity that this watch lets you track, and even within those activities, the amount of details and matrices that you can capture is like next to none. I mean, there is not another activity tracker, like for example, Fitbit, that does that, or even any of these smartwatches like Apple Watch, Samsung, or Fossil Gen 5, that would give you that kind of build quality and that level of detail when it comes to tracking. But when it comes to a casual user, someone like me, I think a smartwatch, which is a lot cheaper than this, would serve me better, because I do prefer the convenience features and I don't really need the professional level of detail that this Garmin Fenix 5 provides for a professional athlete. Uh, for me, I think having a touch screen is easier, because you can just swipe and dismiss a notification versus having to press three buttons on this watch to dismiss the notification. I know why this watch doesn't have a touch screen. There is a reason for it. Like if you think about it, this is a multi-sport. So you could be on a mud race, you could be swimming, you could be kayaking, and water doesn't play well with a touchscreen. So that's why you need the physical buttons, because they will work in challenging situations. But for a daily casual user, if you are not kayaking every day, or you're not doing it that often, or you don't need to interact with the watch while you were doing those activity, for a casual person, I think one would prefer a touchscreen. It's just easier to do anything when it has a touchscreen. The second thing is no onboard storage. I would rather have music on my watch than have to carry my phone with me when I am going for a running or a hike or cycling, because that's just one less thing to carry. Um, Third thing is payment method. So at the end of a workout, I would want to stop by Starbucks and grab myself a drink. And once again, I don't want to carry a phone or a wallet. Just to, if I can do it with the watch, hey, that is actually a convenient feature. Um, Last but not the least is having a microphone and a speaker, and sometimes being able to talk to the watch is also comes in handy in situations where maybe you are doing the dishes and somebody calls you. You can answer the call on your watch and just say, hey, you know what, give me a minute, I'll call you back right once I'm done with this. So I think there are things that a smartwatch can provide, which are convenience features, and if you value those, uh, I think it will be better. You would be better off just getting a smartwatch. And if you do like Garmin, I mean the Connect app is really good. That shows a lot of statistics for each of these activities, and you still want to keep that and also have smartwatch functionality. Then you can look at some of the other Garmin products like the Garmin VivoActive 3 or the VivoActive 4. The VivoActive 3 is really cheap now because it's been a few years, but it does have onboard music. Like if you get the music edition, it also has Garmin Pay. It also has it connects to Garmin Connect and shows the detailed view of all your activities. um, and it also connects to Garmin Connect IQ for customizations. Same with the Vivo 4, it's a much newer watch, and all of those watches cost a lot less than $400 that currently this watch is being sold at. So ultimately, it basically boils down to your lifestyle, whether you need a Phoenix series watch or you need a regular smartwatch, whether it's Garmin or from any of the other companies. So if you are a serious athlete, or you are a climber, or you have a specific need for a training or tracking that level of detail, then go for the Fenix 5, because then it's worth it. But if you are just a casual user, someone like me, I think I would prefer a smartwatch with a little bit of convenience feature, because I don't really have all the need for all the options for the multi-sport, as well as the level of detail that this watch provides. Also, yes, build quality and construction is definitely good to have, but it also comes at the expense of price, a high price, as well as being a bigger, heavier watch. So when I recently got the Misfit Vapor X from a sale, fire sale, few days back. I know I just got it for $40. I received the watch yesterday, set it up, and I feel like that $40 watch perfectly suits my needs versus this $400 watch. So, but that doesn't mean that watch is not good, right? Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to say, hey, this is not a good product from Garmin. This is a definitely good product for Garmin, and the high price is also justified just because of the build quality, as well as the level of detail tracking that you can do through the watch. But this is a serious overkill for a casual person. So a casual person would probably be better off, depending on their lifestyle. They would be better off with something else. And there's no harm in choosing another product from Garmin line of products, like the Garmin VivoActive 3 with music, or the Garmin VivoActive 4. So that's all, guys. That's everything for this video. My next video is going to be on the Misfit Vapor X. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And if you want to support my channel, please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, bye.